I try to incorporate my family as much as possible, but we all go back to the I don't want to do it. So it's a balance. It's definitely a balance that you have to set for yourself, and because if you devote all of your time into what you love and neglect what you have, is not going to be good.
Right.
Not going to be good. So it takes a lot of sacrificing. It takes a lot of sitting down and compromising and knowing what's important.
Right.
Welcome to another episode of the Brothers Who Talk with Terry and AD. This podcast is about men talking about everyday shenanigans, the stuff that makes us mad, to the topics that concern why in the world do these guys have a podcast. Let's get to it.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, man, let's get to it. All right, so we're going to start it off. You know how we do it every Thursday, brother. How was your week?
Oh, it was great.
I was like, did you freeze just now?
Nah,
I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, so this real talk. I enjoy doing this podcast and like hearing our intro. It's like it feels like you're really jumping onto a legit show.
Yeah,
like you just because we've been doing this for it feels like a while. Like probably I'm thinking longer than we actually do, but I just feel like we just been doing this so long that this is just our thing. So the week has been interesting, some challenges, but praise God, we've made it through. We made it. Oh, so
we made it.
See, I want to sing that one. Hezekiah. But
that we made it. Okay, guys.
Right. So it was like two versions of every song.
It is, isn't it? It's a worldly version and it's a gospel version. Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, definitely excited about this episode. E-Digga is hanging out with us. Just
sure.
I think. Okay.
Yeah, he's here. Well, he's not here yet, but he's
I got you.
Yeah.
On the way up. All right. So we appreciate you guys. What about you? How's your week been going, my brother?
You know, my week, man, it's been dope.
Okay.
You know, dealing with the thumb and all that, dealing with family, and the family's gonna go on vacation here in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited about that because I'm gonna have the house to myself.
Shoot.
For 2 weeks, there might be trouble out here, but hey.
Trouble.
But it's been good, man. It's been really, really good. But listen, we're gonna jump right into it, man.
Yes.
And we're gonna get into
the top five.
The
top five. All right.
All right.
Nice.
Welcome back. Listen, we love the top five.
5.
So this is a new segment we just started last week. And so what I want to do is give you guys 5 stories that you probably have not heard. And the first story we're going to get into, and I'm sure you heard about this one because this is big news. And I'm going to show it as an overlay here. Hold up. Right here? All right. And I'm going to push it over here. Yeah, this is my guy. This is our guy. Yes. What is his name? Roddy Bryan.
Yeah.
William Roddy Bryan, of course, was the witness who filmed the shooting of Arbery. And so the family is now saying, okay, now we want him arrested.
Right.
For his part in it. Even though the lawyer is saying that he passed a lie detector test and said that he was innocent of all wrongdoing. But the family is like, absolutely not. We want him fired up, and we want him in cuffs. And so, I think I showed us the interview on the Brothers of Legacy with this brother here and his lawyer, and he couldn't sing, and he couldn't see. I tell my kids, I'm going live. I'm going live, and then he want to sit around and play. Okay. Anyway, back to my story here. Dude, it's killing me. So the family wants him arrested. So, I'm hoping there's some justice. I'm not sure if he had any part of this. I'm going to say yes, because according to the interview with his attorney, he seemed kind of, not all the way there. And, everybody's like, oh, well, how could he even, can be a part of that when he wasn't even, but he had enough gumption to grab his phone and to do a whole video of this shooting. So I think there's some culpability there, AD. I don't know about you. What are you thinking about that?
I'm thinking, okay, so I think, and I'm sitting there running through my head, right? Playing like both sides. So I always think about, remember Rodney King, rest in peace. And when he got beat by the cops, not related, he lived a long life.
He did.
just so you know, like, oh my God, did he? No, the cops didn't kill him. They beat him. They beat him bad though.
They beat him bad, really bad. I saw the video.
And he was maybe the first video of cops, beating a black man down. Like first one caught that we actually, the world got to see. I think the whole world seen.
Yeah, definitely.
So to think about almost Reginald Denny was the one that got beat up. So that was the wrong dude.
Yeah, the Olympic guy. Yeah, that was a good movie, by the way.
Right. So after, so I think about when he pulled the camera out. Right, of course he wasn't the cop. He was way away. I guess he's seen it happening. He grabbed. And this is another white guy as well. And it doesn't matter who, but just for context sake, he pulled his camera out, video camera, of course, back then, the big old video camera, and filmed it. I guess he was in an apartment. They beat him on freeway or whatever. So maybe I think about that, but at the same time, there was nothing happening when he grabbed his phone, when he turned his phone on. So my thought was maybe he had to know there was a reason to film this jogger. Like he was part of because they said it was a suspicious character in the area based on the white guys. They probably said it or thought it or whatever and started following him. The only way he would have grabbed his phone was like to know he was like suspicious.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yo, he's a suspicious character. And how would he know that? My thinking is unless he communicated with the other guys.
Yeah.
Like grabbing the camera. You know what I'm saying? So he grabbed his camera and started following him. Because if you look at the video, even the beginning portions of it, you don't see the trucks. He's following behind them until they turn that corner. So it's not like there was like if you saw the video from the struggle, then it's like someone's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna need evidence of this moment,
Yeah, I think he was in on it.
I think he had something to do connected to the guys.
Yeah, he was with him. He was on it.
But then there's the laws of because I don't think they plan on murdering him. I'll say that, that's probably what I know I'm black, I'm defending him, but I don't think they planned on murdering the guy. They wanted to scare him. Mm-hmm. I think, they just went too far. Yeah. It just went too far. But he is culpable. He was there. So he's maybe like, what do they call it? An accessory, Hey, what's up, Lala?
Lala in the building. Oh my goodness. And she's maybe, not. I love you, Lala. That's my buddy. That's my Apple Watch buddy right there.
Oh, all right. So I think he's an accessory if there's anything. I'm gonna top five.
So number two, number two, we want to say rest in peace to this young brother right here. This is a former WWE star, Shad Gaspard. His body washed ashore. The other day he was swimming with his son.
Wow.
And he got caught out to sea with a rip current is what carried him out to sea. And so the witnesses that were there, they remember when the rescuers came to get them, he told them to get his son first, which they did, and saved the son. And his body washed ashore a couple days ago. So rest in peace to you, young brother, who the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
And he had them save his son. So those riptides are these. So rest in peace, Shad Gaspard of the WWE. All right, and so we're gonna go to this one, number 3. I'm gonna get my title up here. I'm gonna get it together here in a minute.
No, it's all right.
These guys right here messed with the wrong team. AD, Damian Shepard, this my brother, and I'm, shame on my cops out there in North Carolina, man. This happened down in Wilmington, North Carolina. This young man was sitting at home, and he heard there's a banging at his door, and it's a deputy sheriff who is off duty, first of all, and it's a whole gang of like 15 people that was with this deputy sheriff. And so he knocked on the boy's door. First of all, the deputy sheriff was off duty, worked in the town next door, and he tried to go in and try to menace this young man. They tried to close the door on him. He put his foot in the door, so that way he couldn't get out. So this cop has now been fired, messing with this young man, the wrong house. Wasn't even the guy he was looking for, but because it was like that off-duty sheriff with like a whole gang of folk. It ain't just. I know, right? When we were in, it's crazy.
You need to come check Birth of the Legacy tomorrow. But go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But it's really, really crazy. And so this deputy sheriff has been fired and they charged him with all kinds of stuff. I don't have the story in front of me, but if you want to check that out, you can. Name is Damian Shepard, is a young man, and him and his mother. But can you imagine? Can you imagine him if she wasn't home, and it was just him? Can you imagine? What that could have been? That is really, really crazy. All right, and number 4. All right, meet for me. Game of Grandma. Hameko Mori is 90 years old. She has a YouTube channel of about 250,000 subscribers. I mean, and she's been gaming for a long time. So if you want a feel-good story for legit, check out Grandma Hameko Mori. She is, 90 years old and gaming better than some of these folks on Twitch, which is funny. So you guys need to get your game. You need to get your game up. You got Grandma Gamer right here. She's doing her thing. I'm telling you. But I read this story on CNN. All my stories that I bring to you guys are at CNN.com, so you can go check those out. She's awesome. 90 years old, still gaming, man. I figured at 90 years old, your arthritis in your thumbs will kick in or something. You can't. I wasn't really sure about that.
She got it.
She is doing her thing. You understand? Nice. All right. And number 5, last but not least on the top 5 today, Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci said, you know what? I'm gone. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. I'm going to pull a SpongeBob and I'm like, all right, I'm going to head out. Now, if you guys have noticed, Dr. Fauci, you haven't seen him on TV.
Right.
You haven't seen him on TV because he said, I'm done. Because with the government talking about opening up the economy, and he's kind of warned against it, and he's kind of had his own thing. The guy's kind of the smartest guy on the planet. What's up, Stephen B. Show? He is kind of the smartest guy on the planet a little bit. And he says, even though right now he is self-quarantining, he actually did a virtual testimony to the Senate. I think it was last week or so, because he's quarantining. So Dr. Fauci said, you know what, I'm done with y'all. Y'all play too much. I am so out of here. Y'all can have it. Do y'all thing. Holler at me when it's over. All of that.
We'll be up in my mansion chilling.
I'm telling you. I mean, this dude got goosebumps. He's like, I'm out. Y'all can have it. Y'all can absolutely have it. And so that right there, you guys, listen, is our top 5 normally. I love it. Top 5. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and shout out to Vince Gilligan and my guys over there, Breaking Bad. That's the theme song. Y'all
I thought that was.
You should watch TV. Y'all should know by now I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. So I had to put that on there. So thank y'all for that. So what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna take our first commercial break because we gotta pay the bills. You can't just do stuff and not pay the bills, bro. All right. Hold up. All right, and welcome back. Welcome back. He loves that intro for some reason. He loves the intro. So yeah, real quick before we bring the man of the half hour on here, I want to shout out Laura Key if she's still here. Laura Key is now training for a marathon out in LA, and she is doing her thing. And Laura has lost, I think, 70-some pounds.
Nice.
So I want to say I'm so proud of you.
That's what I picked up. I picked that up.
Yeah. What you don't want to do what you don't want to do is argue. Now, compete with Laura on Apple Watch. She will dust you off every time, and she dusts me off every chance she gets. So shout out to Laura. We appreciate you. All right, so before we bring on, so the man of the half hour is in the building. All right, so and this my guy. We go back a few months, almost a year now, I think. And we're gonna bring him on. He is the president and CEO of Charm City Directv, the network where you watch this show. So we're gonna bring him on. Let me get him on here real quick.
Oh, we got the building.
Digger in the building. If Coach Brown would say Digger. We have to ask ourselves, is there truth? We have to ask ourselves. So E, welcome to the show, man. You know, me and you host a couple of shows together, so
yes,
kind of familiar.
Yes.
AD is
I'm new to this click right here. I'm new to this click.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
So we had to bring the presidency on before too long.
Yes, indeed.
So you are the man of the half hour. I need my banner up here because I need to get myself together. I need a stream deck like E-Digga. E-Digga got a stream deck. I need to borrow his.
Oh, so you can.
Man, but my stream deck is acting a little funky today. It's blinking and cutting off, and I don't know what's going on with this thing, man. For real.
Like, I don't know. I want one, but Elgato is so out of the loop.
But what I'm saying though, I told if you got a spare device like another phone or something, you can put it on there. You can do the app.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work. That's why I just went out and
bit the bullet.
Yeah.
He's my dude.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Go ahead,
I got a question. Yes, I'm jumping right in.
Sure.
What inspired you to start Charm City Directv like this? That's the start question there.
Yeah. It started from a radio show. Of course, Charm City Direct Radio Show, and I wanted people to see who I was interviewing instead of listening, because I keep it simple. Radio is what it is, audio. TV is visual.
Right.
So what I did, I grabbed some cameras, got a DCLR camera. Thought I was hot and going out to people's establishments, going out to restaurants and just interviewing people, and I called that Charm City Directv, getting you familiar with people, places, and things. So out of the radio show, I wanted people to pretty much see Baltimore for real. So that was the inspiration behind that.
Nice.
I remember when I first when you first brought back Charm City Directv. Well, you've always had it, but I remember when I first saw it, I said, okay, I didn't know DirecTV had Charm. DirecTV satellite. I thought it was a satellite company. I'm like, man, he big time. He with the satellite company. So how long has Charm City been running? I mean, how long have you?
I would say about 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Almost during the time, because I tried to do both and you cannot. Well, I couldn't.
Right.
Because it's one day of the week for the radio, and then you had a lot of people calling in for interviews. And it just takes a wear and tear. You got to pack up everything. You got to go to the person. So it's time consuming. So one had to go. And that's when I really sat down and thought about it, said, which one do I love more?
Right.
And I let the radio component go for various reasons, and I just stuck with the TV component. So I would say, to answer your question, I would say about 5, 6, maybe more years.
Nice. So so you said like having both was kind of time consuming. What would you say is the biggest challenge to having the network on Facebook? What's the biggest challenge that you face?
The biggest challenge I face is right now trying to get people. People. While we have this time, my motto now is we have nothing but time. And I try to, reach out to people. Hey, you got a voice. You have a story.
Right.
Let people share that. But then when you say that, it's like, I don't like the camera.
Right.
Everybody, tense up.
Right.
But I talk to people and I said, hey, talking to the camera is like talking to your best friend, or talking with people is like talking to your best friend on the phone. So it's no different. But I would say that is my biggest challenge right now, is trying to get people.
Gotcha. So you're trying to get a lot of the fresh faces in the sense. You're trying to
get
I got you. Oh,
go
ahead. No.
It's my question.
I'm sorry.
All right, so here's my question. All right, so shout out to Linnea. I don't know if she's watching this, but shout out to Linnea.
Yes.
Doing everything that you do, how do you juggle home work in business? I mean,
wow. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped the radio show, because of, personal, being home with your family. Yeah. But here now, Charm City Directv, I'm home. So I dedicate a lot of time to the TV component, and then I allot time to my family, I try to incorporate my family as much as possible, but we all go back to the I don't want to do it. So it's a balance. It's definitely a balance that you have to set for yourself, and because if you devote all of your time into what you love and neglect what you have, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good. So it takes a lot of sacrificing. It takes a lot of sitting down and compromising and knowing what's important.
Right. That conversation.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Listen, with that, trying to incorporate the family back into your world. It's one of those things, like, how you have your kid and you try to teach them to walk, and then one day they just get up and start walking. You're like, I guess you got it. That's kind of how the whole you're getting your family or your significant other on live stream. Because mine was just like, hey, I want to go live with you. What? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like it was no deep, like we were discussing it. Hey, you should. And she's like, okay. No, it just was one day I was about to go. Hey, I'm gonna go on with you. Okay.
and that's cool how you just explain that, and as easy as that is, but it's like it's like pulling teeth around here.
Like I said, it's just gonna happen. Like either a dose of inspiration or just like, all right, I'm gonna get on. For me, like I said, it was never a conversation. Like there were times I suggested, like, hey, you wanna, maybe, and then one day she just bust out. We was eating dinner or something. She's like, hey, let's go on live together. Right.
Wow, that's awesome right there. I like that. I'm gonna try that.
It just happens, kind of. So you just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient because unfortunately it seems like the ones closest to you have the hardest time inspiring.
Yeah.
Why that is, I don't know. It always takes someone outside. She might have seen something. She might have saw some. Like got just like, what? That's what I want to do. Let's go do that. So. It just takes time. It just takes time. So with that balance, right, and those challenges with balancing your dreams, and that's deep that you said, your dreams and your responsibilities, kind of getting that balance.
Yeah.
What has there ever been a time that you felt like you wanted to give up Charm City TV?
Lots of times.
What's up?
In fact, I gave it up. I gave it up once because of it. I was so afraid of competition. I was afraid of people not watching and tuning in and engaging.
Right.
And then, I just had that, have a talk with myself, and I prayed about it, and I said, it's not even about that. It's what you love. It's what you're putting out. That make people want to, tune in. So I took a break. I didn't completely shut it down. I took a break. And when I came back, I just did it. I didn't do it for the numbers. I didn't do it for people's approval. I just did it for me, and if anybody wanted to join, be my guest. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. And now it's a little bit better now than it has been. So yeah, to answer your question, I thought about giving up at least 3 times. Like, I'm selling everything.
Oh wow, go get start selling stuff. That's when you're real. Like, start putting on eBay and all of, like, you know. I did.
I went on Facebook a couple of times. Like, hey man, I got this monitor over here. You want it? So yeah. I would say at least 3 times. But like I said, I prayed about it hard. And I talked to people who gave me some real good, because when you talk to people like that, you know, they wheels start to turn. I'm like, he's getting rid of it. But I talked to people that I knew that could help me instead of encourage instead of help, because not all help is good help, if you understand. So yeah.
They're like, I feel you. You should get out of the game. You should. How much is your laptop?
Yeah. Let me get that CPU off of you.
You still paying for that subscription on StreamYard? Let me buy that off.
Yeah.
We'll get that changed real quick.
Yeah.
Right. So, real quick. Speaking of partnerships and all that, and people speak, you have an excellent partnership with our co-host on Brunch, and Lise Winnie.
Yes.
Millennial Anonymous.
Yes.
Shout out to Lisa. She's still here. How did that partnership come about between you?
Wow. I met Lise a while ago, and she wanted to learn. You know, so she was calling me like, "Hey E, got a question for you. Hey E, got a question for you."
That's Lise.
And when people like that, normally I'm like, what they want. Right. But I listened, and the greatest inspiration to anybody is when you share your knowledge and people reciprocate it and do exactly what you do. Right. And then, you know, months later, she came back and said, "Hey, can you join me for this, you know, broadcast?" I said, "Sure." Right. And we had Ashley, the cannabis nurse, on. Wow. That was probably one of the funniest shows that we did, and out of that came brunching.
Right.
Yeah.
And that episode is still up.
It is. It is.
Right about what, 2K now?
It's just about. Yeah.
So yeah, Lisa's great. Shout out to Lise Winnie.
Yeah, shout out to Lise. I'm gonna be like her when I grow up.
She's got the chops for this, for real.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I know me and E talk a lot, and we say, I don't know how, we do brunch and there's 4 of us, and then we do Brothers Who Talk, there's 2 of us, and then we do Brothers Lazy. She does maps by her lonesome, and she rocks it like no other. I was like, how do you, and just flows with the stuff. So shout out to Lise, man. She had a great episode Monday. So if you guys listen to the podcast, listen to that.
Nice. All right. So
30 seconds.
What's up? 30 seconds. Don't be counting me down. What's next?
To commercial.
30 seconds.
All right, fine. We're gonna go into commercial, then we're gonna find out what's next from E-Digga.
Sure.
All right, and welcome back, you guys.
Man, they some nice graphics y'all got on there, especially that guy. Like, incredible.
We're gonna get into that just a little bit.
Incredible.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, AD, right. he's a questionnaire on here. Go ahead.
Yes. AD. So what is? Yes, I will. I don't even have a question. What's next on E-Digga's chart?
Well, just trying to find new shows, new faces. Excuse me. just trying to be out there, getting the name out there as much as possible. I am super, super grateful for the people that are already on the network. And I say that, you know, with sincere gratitude to all of you guys who just come on the podcast, come on the network, do your thing, and you do it so great. You guys are awesome. So that's first and foremost, thank you guys for doing that, and taking a gamble out of, you know, little guy from Baltimore City who just want new things and new faces to present to the world. I think what's next for me is just, you know, embellishing or trying to broaden this thing, because mainstream media, I mean, it's good, but here you get it from real people,
right.
You know, 100% authentic, real, and that's what I like. No fake, no phony, straight to the core, honest, brutal truth, you know. So that's what's next for me. And then also I'm trying to integrate all social media sources like IG, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, everything. So when people cut it on, somebody told me this, and you know, it really stuck. They said, promote until people get tired of seeing it.
Right.
And ever since that person told me that, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I said, no. Tell me that again. Okay, good.
Right.
So that's what's next for Charm City Directv.
And it's crazy. Like, they'll probably be like, I've never seen it, but yeah, I've saw that Charm City Directv. I've probably never watched it, but I know that daggone logo. I guess I'll give him a shot. I'll watch something.
Yeah.
I seen that commercial.
Right.
I seen it.
So I'm gonna piggyback off what AD just said to you.
Okay.
What he just asked you. What's the end game for the network in general? Once you get a nice roster, once you get everybody that you want to do on the network, what's the end game? Are you trying to go? Because I mean, we're not gonna stay on Facebook forever.
No.
So the end game, are you looking at Roku channels? Or are you looking at audio only? I mean, what's your end game?
I've learned that, you know, you don't share all of your information, but I can safely share this. I am in negotiations right now with a couple of people who can bring Charm City Directv to Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV. So we are talking about that right now, because call it what it is. Charm City Directv, you know, sit down on your couch, turn it on, look at the Brothers Who Talk podcast, look at Let's Get Twisted with Mego, Healing and Moving Forward with Rhea, just to name a few of the shows. So call it what it is, you know. Hey, you gonna check out that new show, Healing and Moving Forward, you know. Right. So that's the ultimate end game for Charm City Directv.
For sure. And I can appreciate that. I'm along for the ride, you know.
I appreciate you, man, for real.
So we talked about brunching earlier.
Yes.
And I've been a part of brunching now for a few months, not long as you guys have been doing it.
Yes.
What was your funniest episode? What was your funniest moment on brunch?
Oh my God. My funniest. Now all the episodes are funny.
Yeah.
I need to say that. And you guys, believe it or not, you bring it out of me. I think my funniest episode is the episode, I think it was the New Year's. It was something that I nominated Donald Trump
as the meat.
Yeah, as the meat, or the preaching.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, that one. And all of that, people, is just improv. I'm telling you, it's off the dome. So yeah, I would have to say that was the funniest one.
So let me explain to the folks that are listening, man. When he says meet, that's a segment that we do on brunching called Meet Me for the Wicked. So it's kind of like what Charlamagne and God does on Breakfast Club with the donkey of the day or whatever. But here's a segment called Meet Me for the Weekend. This particular Meet Me he's talking about I can't remember who the meet me was. I think it might have been Donald Trump or somebody else.
It was a guy that was holding up the money, that was taking the picture.
Oh, yeah,
he robbed the bank,
right?
And he was holding up the money. It was that one.
Yeah, you remember that, AD? Where that guy robbed the bank? He did that meet me. And when I tell you, so Lee's put him on single camera, and he got to preaching for like 5 minutes straight. I'm like, that's what I was talking about. That's a meet me. That was the best.
Yeah.
That was the best episode. Let me ask you this. Here's a question for you.
Sure.
What's the worst business decision you've made thus far?
That's a good one.
A while ago, I had 2 girls on the network, and real humble. And I said, okay, I'm gonna take a stab at it. I'm still kicking myself in the butt after this one. They were on prime time. It was early. And they came to me with the idea. They said it's going to be a show, geared towards women, sex talk and things of that nature. And I said, okay, well, this is mild. And I'm regretting this all around the board because I didn't listen to their previous podcast, so I didn't watch. I didn't know. I was just so excited to have the show. And the first day, we are accustomed of not doing anything on time. That's one.
Right.
They started 30 minutes late. And then when they got on, it was just all ratchet. The cat walking in the background.
I think I remember that.
An actual cat.
Yeah. The girl, she was doing hair in one episode. Somebody was doing her hair in one episode. It was just bad. And I'm sitting there like,
what did I sign up for?
Every other word was a curse word.
Oh,
yeah. It bad, very bad decision that I made. And they did me a favor because they said, they sent me an email and said, effective today, we leaving. And I said, fine, peace, Thank you. You did me a favor.
Right. That's an executive decision.
I didn't. I said, but they wanted to do a last show.
Okay.
And I said, okay. And man, they went out with a full bang.
Oh, wow.
So, so bad, very bad. I learned from that to look at
previous broadcasts.
Previous broadcasts, Facebook pages, all of that to see what I'm getting into.
We're doing a full gauntlet on you. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, did you have any other questions, AD? I got one more. Wait.
Oh, well, you go to. Well, my last thing was to It's not really a question, but how would someone? Well, I guess it is a question. How would someone get on your network?
It's real easy. How I'm doing it. But first they have to have a. They have to have the consistency.
Right.
Audition. Yes, they have to have an audition. They have to have the equipment to do this, and you just can't grab your phone and say, I want to do podcast. It's, to me, I take this real serious, especially on this network. And if you real about it, if you really want to do it, send me an email. Send me an email at charmcitydirect73@gmail.com. Send me an email. Tell me who you are, what you're trying to do, and we can take it from there. It's real easy, people. Like, especially now, we have nothing but time.
So here's my final question. Hey, Ashley, Candace Bender, she just popped in the live here. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, let me get my pen. Hold up.
That's a running joke. Hey, don't mind that. Move on. Nothing to see here.
Move on. Nothing.
So, for folks who are aspiring to do what you're doing, because it takes a real person, hardy person to take the helm. I want to take these ragtag bunch of folks and turn it into a great network and display a message. What do you tell people that aspire to do what you're doing? I want to do a network too. How do I start to do that? What are the first steps? What do you tell them? What's your first piece of advice?
The number one thing I tell people before they do anything is do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research. Reach out to people that will help you and not hinder you.
Right.
And then I would tell them to, know that what you're doing, because it's going to be trial, it's going to be error, it's going to be times where you're going to give up, but overall consistency.
Yeah.
If this is what you're going to do, you got to put in the time.
Yeah.
You have to put in the time, you have to put in the work, you have to you have to just do your research first and foremost to see what you have to get, and know the people that you want to target,
right.
And know the people that could bring something to the table for that matter. So not in that order, but just to put it out there, because a lot of people, you just cannot. I started with a tablet, a regular little tablet, and I was holding up, hey, this is the man you all know and love, and I got tired of that. And you have to allow yourself to evolve. Right. You just can't be stagnated with that tablet. You have to move with the signs of the times. You have to build and allow yourself to build.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'll tell people.
Man.
Okay.
You seem to have it all together there, brother. That's why I roll with you like that.
I try, man.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on this, and you've been awesome. You're awesome CEO. Keep rocking. Keep doing.
Thank you.
But before we get off here, I got a question for you.
Okay.
We always talk about these versus battles, right?
Yes.
Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. Okay. I think there's one that should be going on, but I don't think I've heard anything about it. But if you had a versus battle between Usher and Chris Brown, who you got?
Ooh. See, I'm old school, so I believe that if it wasn't for someone, this person wouldn't be here. So I'm rocking with Usher. I'm rocking with Usher, because if it wasn't a Usher, it wouldn't be a Chris Brown.
This is true.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I think we're gonna talk about this on Brunch on Sunday. I think that Usher is taking a lot of heat because he said that Nicki Minaj is a product of Lil' Kim.
And that's true.
That is true. But like I said,
I agree with you there.
Nobody was in that space until Lil' Kim made that space, in a sense, like at least for hip hop, because there was others in R&B and others that done in different, but in hip hop, she and we could say, of course, Biggie helped push her.
Remember, not to cut you off, AD, but listen, Lil' Kim set the stage as far as really bringing sex to that forefront. So just by seeing Lil' Kim do it, Nicki was like, oh, okay, well, I could get blunt implants and, gyrate a little bit. So I'm rocking with Kim.
We'll talk about this Sunday, but I'm going to say this real quick.
Okay.
Here's my thing, is that Lil' Kim was a direct product of Biggie, because Biggie discovered her and brought her out, right?
True.
So it's direct connect. I don't think Nicki is a direct product of Lil' Kim. I think Lil' Kim opened the door, like you guys just were saying. She opened the door, but Nicki kind of blazed her own path. Lil' Kim just opened the door. There's no direct connect between Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. But we're talking about that Sunday, so you have to watch. Okay. You have to watch Brunch on Sunday to get.
Yes.
want to thank everybody that came through.
I'm gonna say you wrong. So we can go ahead and close it out now.
Can I get your number? That's a call-in number. So you can definitely call in and
we'll get into it.
Right before you get your Jesus, come and see us on brunch on Sunday. We're gonna get out of here. You guys have been great, man. Again, E, I'm glad to have you on. Appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
If you guys are on Charm City, stay tuned. Stay right here. Don't move, because Let's Clear the Air comes up next at the top of the hour.
That's a long walk that I gotta do to get over there too, man. Just trying to dodge some traffic. It's good. I'm good. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, man. With you guys, we love y'all. Be blessed. Thanks for watching. The video on YouTube will be out tomorrow sometime or either Saturday. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next week.
Boom! Right. I want to thank you for supporting the Brothers Who Talk. So listen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. 2 things I need you to do. Make sure you comment, tell us how much you love us, and like this page. Oh wait, another third, subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube page. Make sure you're subscribing to our podcast, no matter what platform that you're listening to. So the main thing is, I appreciate you even listening and making it this far. Next, what I need you to do is to hit that link right there. Go to the Brothers Who Talk Now, and be a part of our growth. Support our Patreon page, get some behind the scenes of all our shenanigans, and learn some things. We'll show you how we do our podcast and the equipment we use and how we hook things up. All right? So thank you so much for supporting. Have an awesome day. And again, thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Brothers Who Talk. With Terry and AD. Check us out again next week, where we bring you a steaming helping of common sense, laughs, and advice. We can be found on any podcasting platform, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We're also on milehighradio.com, Saturdays at 12 Eastern. See you there.